Hello, this is Duffy with Disguise as Surprise. Today I wanted to show you how to insert some of your photos into a photo frame if you have purchased a template in Canva. I'm going to use this one that would be for an 80th birthday, and you could use the same concepts for any design. I'll also show you some other things as far as editing the text that translates into this and downloading your design. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do anytime when you have opened up your template, if you have the free version, you will need to open one. It'll be a free version. If you have a pro version, I'll show you that's a little bit different as well. But the free version, when you come in here and you see anything that has always these clouds and like rolling hills, that's what's a photo frame. So that's the place that you're going to drop your photos in. Really quick, I want to show you what this design potentially will look like down here. You can see all the photos in here. All right, so how do we do that? We're going to come up here. The first thing you're going to do is have all your photos ready. And when you come over here to the top left in this purple button that says Upload Files, you're going to click Upload Files, and wherever you have your files on your computer is where you will find them, and then you will hit Open, and it's going to pull them right into this section right here. You can see all these photos that I have uploaded here. So for this purpose, just since this one's for Nana, I'm going to use some of their stock grandma photos. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is, looks like we have 12 photos in here. So you're going to want to find some photos. Let's pull this one. You can either insert a photo in two ways, by clicking and dragging it into the exact frame that you want it, or you can just click on it brings it to your screen, and then you drag it into one of the frames that you would like. So there's the two different ways. So for example, I want to show you this one here that I brought in. It's cutting off her head in here. You'll have to pay attention to the different lines in which, if this one was cut off and had a big head, you wouldn't want to use it. You kind of gauge. But if you double click on any photo inside the frame, it's going to pull up. You can see how I can like faintly see where the box is. I can drag it over to the left so that her head is out of there. Just click out of it, and now you can see that it's moved over, and I see everybody's faces completely. It's going to be a little tricky with some of these like pointy edges and different things, so you do your best. Okay, so let's just go ahead. I'm just going to kind of fill them in here. Double click. Let's pull that one over. This one's kind of fun grandma, grandma and grandpa. Here we go. Here's these two lovely ladies. Grandma over here. Again, I am just driving it in. I like this one because she's facing the left and this is on the right hand side. It kind of pulls it in. Whatever photos you may have and whatever grandma, whether it's from her young age, I'm going to double click on it so I can drag her over to the center again. Let's find that grandma in there, that grandma in there. She needs to be brought over. I'm going to double click and move it over again, double click out of there. And here's one, it could be of grandma and grandpa walking. Okay, so we have all of our photos in here. That was easy. All right, I want to show you if, say, for example, you don't like one in there. How do you get rid of the photo in there? So I have these numbers are actually locked in place. It's the only thing in this particular template. Everybody's can be different. So you can't move them because sometimes when things are loose and it gets out of position, it can be really frustrating. So you can do a couple of things. You can just simply, if I say, I don't want this picture here, you can simply find one that you do want and drag it right over. Done. Easy as that. It kind of just lets that one go on top of it and the other one is out of the picture. Or you can right click on the individual one, hit detach image, and then it pulls it up and you can click delete, and there you go, and then you can just drag in another photo that you prefer. So that's the different ways to get rid of it. Okay, so those are our photos. Lovely. All right, we're going to talk text really quick. Here we go. When you click on a particular text box, you notice that a purple box appears around it. That shows you that that is the particular element and text box that anytime you want to make changes with, that's the one it's going to do. So if you have the Canva free account, there's free fonts that you can use. You cannot use the pro ones. Oh, if you come up here and click on here, it's telling me which one I have, and it does not have, you see these little crowns over here on the left? If anything has a crown on it, that's a pro element. So technically you could change any other font that you would like it to. I personally like this one. Say I wanted to just change it to this next one here. It's telling me the document fonts. So these are the 3 fonts that I currently have in here. Say I wanted to just switch that. I don't like the way that looks, but see how easy it is to switch? I'm just going to go back to it, and I have that one. Another thing that you could do is if you don't like that, your friend is definitely this back arrow button in the top bar on the left hand side, this undo. You could click undo and it brings you right back. If you want to go redo, click the one next to it. So you can play around. So don't worry about ever kind of messing up. You can always find it there. If you want to make your text bigger or smaller, you're going to come here to your numbers. See these plus and minus sizes? Up brings it up, down brings it down, smaller. Another way to increase or decrease your text size is to grab any of these 4 corners with the circles, bring it in, bring it out. You can adjust the size that way. If I want to make sure that this happy birthday is centered, I'm going to make sure again that that box is the one that's selected. Come up here to position and look on the left hand side. See how the center is blurred out? That's because it is centered. So that's how you know where you want to do that one. Same with the text down here. The best years are yet to come. Say I wanted to say something else. I can click on it. It highlights to say, we love you very much. Sure, sounds good, right? Click out of it, but now my heart is too far away. So I'm going to click on my little heart and just drag it over closer. You could also use your right and left arrow buttons, whichever you prefer, and bring it to where you like it. So that is how you can change your text, super easy, or you can just click your cursor in there and back it in. And that's with any text box. These elements, the flowers are actually elements, which means, again, if you have the free account, you can only use free element. You can see when I click on these circles that appear up here, that means you can actually change the colors. So if I click on this one down here, you'll see these 2 different colors. If I click on that color box, say Grandma prefers blue, I'm going to click blue and it changed it to blue. If I want to go back again, I hit the undo button. Simple and easy. Text here in this particular box, we are going to, I have a different font. It's the Marigasta. If I want to say change to somebody's name, say this is for a friend and not Nana. Again, I can click on it, as I said, the other text boxes, but since it's vertical, it's a little tricky. Say her name is Cheryl, Cheryl. You can see that the text is obviously too big for that location. So I am going to, again, take my little circular boxes, just drag it in until it fits in there. But now you can see it's not centered to this field. So I'm just going to drag it over and it centers it. And you have to sometimes play because sometimes they have like different spaces on the top and the bottom. Just use your eyes, and if you hold down your control button, it also lets you freely move it, because Canva basically for beginner purposes will set up the alignment and move things around. So you can always hold that if you need a tiny little bit of space. So look how lovely that is. In this particular design, I also gave somebody, if somebody had a really long name like Stephanie, that's really gonna not fit there very well. So you could come here, and another option that I have is for longer names is to put something in here. So that is how that works. Super easy. Now I want to go ahead and print it. I'm going to come over here to the top right and hit share, and I'm going to click download here. You can see I only want page 1, so I'm going to click on pages and click current page, click done. Now, if you are, some printers want PNGs, I think like Walmart or Walgreens and CVS, but if you're going to do something that is more of a printing company, I work with Prints of Love, or if you're, say, with, FedEx, Office Depot, your higher print quality is going to be a PDF print, which is this one. If you do that, you can click flatten PDF, and I have all of this in my directions for you. If you purchase one of my templates, if you have the free Canva version, it's only going to let you do the RGB, but you have to leave it that way. If you have the Pro, you can click on that and change it over to the CMYK. But if you have the free account, you would just leave it at that, and your printer would most likely be able to change it over for you. You would click download, and now it's downloading your PDF. Say you just want that PNG. Again, you come over to share, click download, come back over here, click on PNG. Oh, let me get that out of that one. That was still downloading. Click PNG. You don't have the option for the flatten and everything. You just click download and you're done. All right, so thank you very much, and I appreciate your business. And if you have any questions, this tells you how to do the basic functionings of printing and dropping your photos into Canva. Thank you very much.